let's continue with our story. Where we left off, Autumn took pity on Winter, told her where that box was. She found it, and she was able to escape. But she punished the Lord by shoving icicles through his eyes to blind him. And she also bound him in the castle, shut up the castle, and then she got really angry.
Oh, she did. She rushed through the air. And that's what Winter does when a big storm comes, right? Strong winds blow, and she screamed out those winds. If you scream, you use a really loud voice to yell. So scream and yell are the same. She yelled, and then she cried out storms. So she has the power to bring in all of these things that you see in winter, right? And the earth fell into the deepest, darkest winter it had ever known. So she didn't let the sun shine. There were terrible snowstorms, lots of wind, and it was very cold.
What a terrible thing to do to the world. But again, she was treated pretty badly by her brothers and sister and by that lord in the castle. Now, when she returned to the other seasons, when she went to talk to them and asked them why exactly they did this to her, well, she punished them with coldness until they begged her forgiveness. So she was angry at them, and in order to get back at her for what she had done, she punished them. Now, to punish someone means to do something bad to somebody because they broke a rule or they did something they weren't supposed to do. So, for example, maybe if your kid gets a bad grade, you might punish the kid by not letting him or her use the computer for a week or something like that.
Ooh, that's hard. Well, she made them really cold for a while, and she did it until they begged for her forgiveness. So they kept going, please, please, we're so sorry. Don't be mad anymore. Because they were really cold. To forgive someone means you're no longer angry with them. So you treat them better. Well, she finally began to feel better and her anger went away. It says here it began to melt, which means it turned into something kind of like a liquid.
Right, so maybe she learned the lesson of to let bygones be bygones. She thought, okay, I'll forgive you and I'll forget about it. And now Winter barely remembers her time as a prisoner. Barely here just means just a little bit. She almost has totally forgotten about this. She probably won't think about it unless somebody brings it up or mentions it. But the others have not forgotten. So they still remember because maybe they feel guilty about what they did to her.
Yeah, and I think she probably made them cold for quite a while before she forgave them. That's the past tense of to forgive. Well, these other three seasons know they can never break the cycle again. Remember, the very first day of our program on this lesson, we talked about how seasons go in a cycle. First there's spring, summer, autumn, and then winter comes. Well, they follow each other in turn. They don't all come at once. Now, cycle is something that we talk about when some related events all happen again and again and again. Like a life cycle is when someone's born, they grow up, and then they die. That's our life cycle. That's the process we go through, and everyone goes through it. Cycle here, everybody, is our word power word. Let's listen to some more definitions.
Word Power. Hi, and welcome to Word Power. Today's word is cycle. In today's story, we read about the cycle of the 4 seasons. Cycle is a noun and means a series of events that happen in a particular order and which are often repeated. The seasons follow one another in a cycle, and so do the different periods of the day. So we might say that the days and nights follow each other in a regular cycle. As a verb, cycle means to ride a bicycle, so you could say that you feel very tired after cycling all day. That's all the time we have for Word Power today. Thanks for listening.
So they decided that it wasn't nice to fool with winter. They decided not to break the cycle again. And that means we still have winter every year.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, that brings us to the end of our explanation. Here's our Chinese teacher again.